The law is intended to promote open contract negotiations between an employer and employee. And what that does is it helps both parties know what their rights and responsibilities are. So in the long run, it protects both parties. The bill was a result of a 3-year campaign by domestic workers and advocacy groups. The primary sponsors were Council members George Leventhal and Mark Elrich, and it was signed into law by our County Executive, Ike Leggett. Our council members and County Executive worked hard in drafting this legislation, and our office, the Office of Consumer Protection, was chosen as the department to enforce it. The domestic workers law covers workers who work primarily in Montgomery County that work at least 20 hours for at least a 30-day period. The workers perform primarily child care, housekeeping, elder care type work. It could be an individual working as a companion for a sick or elderly person, and they can work for either an individual or an employment agency. Typically, an employer will go on our website. We have a model contract available online that they can download. It's available in English, French, and Spanish. If an employer has any questions, they can certainly call our office or come in and ask for assistance. And the employer and employee will enter into negotiations as to what contract terms work best for them. Our contract has many provisions in it, but the employer will select the ones that fit their situation. So we fully expect every employer to personalize the contract. They're not required to use ours. The legislation mandated that we make available a model contract so that people know or have one available that they can use. But they can certainly draft their own. Our office provides the contract. We cannot enforce the contract terms. So for example, if a contract term provides that an employee is to receive 7 days of paid vacation and the employee fails to be paid for that, our office cannot intercede. I would recommend that the parties consider mediation. There's a Montgomery County Conflict Resolution Center that would be an ideal forum for that type of dispute. In the alternative, they would have to contact an attorney. To discuss the contract requirements or file a complaint with our office, I would encourage you to call us at 240-777-3636. You can email us at consumerprotection@montgomerycountymd.gov, or I invite you to stop by at our office at 100 Maryland Avenue in Rockville, Suite 330. Si necesitan ayuda en español, estamos disponibles a ayudarles también.